Hello. Thought I would do a reading today. Just check in with everything. I've been doing a lot of sharing and it's just bringing up a lot of things. And so I just, when you're in their head too much, it's nice to step out and check in for some guidance on where to refocus or recenter, those kinds of things. See where we're at. So I'm going to start with the dice. What's our lucky number for today? 5. 4 and 1. 14. 41. 41, 14. And 5. So 5 is my life path number, actually. So I thought I was going to start with the power card this time, just to change things up. Now, the power cards have images on the one side, messages on the other side, and then there's a second part in the book that describes the image and the meaning behind it, which is kind of like a extra. So how I do these cards, because I don't want to look at them and be influenced, although sometimes, we're attracted to different images, but I'm just going to, I'm kind of looking away and shuffling, and I'm just going to let the right one present itself however it wants to. Oops. My hands are so small. And I see everybody's got this technique of flipping cards or not flipping cards. Oh, there's a flipped card. 33. Aspiration. I was thinking, I've lived in number 33. That's my home number, the number on my door, for 22 years. I've lived in the number 33 for 22 years. I just thought that was cool. Okay, so what's the picture? Ooh. This makes me think of the tip of the iceberg, what you see above the surface versus what's below the surface. And then this little doe having a little nap in the grass, but observant, always aware of the surroundings. Aspiration. Where's my glasses? Aspiration stimulates power. It is your aim, spiritually and physically, in the world, and involves the totality of your being. Without the balance between the physical and the spiritual, aspiration is a hollow accomplishment. It is like a spirit lodge, at the dome of which are your ceremonies and rituals. But the spirit lodge must have a strong foundation of capability, trust of those around you, and responsibility. Aspiration is what builds a spirit lodge of power. It is the architect of your accomplishments and sits at the feet of power, as the deer stands before the remnants of an ancient and powerful civilization. Keep your heart open, kind, and loving, so that the energy of the universe can move freely through you. It is difficult to aspire without judgment, but judgment limits you and puts a fence around your consciousness. Give much consideration to all of your choices in life and a free flow to your process of aspiration. and it's north and white. Maybe she's standing. Maybe this is all grass, tall grass. Okay, well, let's look up what that picture, give us a little bit more on the picture here. The painting is entitled Eternity's Breath. It symbolizes a moment in time. The deer in his innocence, in his quiet aspirations for life, is standing in the wilderness in front of an Olmec carving. The Olmec head symbolizes the ancient dreams of death and rebirth, past civilizations meeting with the immediacy of current life and wildness of spirit and the purity of nature. Aspirations revolve around the eternal struggle for strength and wisdom that are part of the North. Okay. Sure. Balancing the fresh newness and the old. I guess it is kind of talking about the spirit lodge, the balance between the spiritual and the physical. Remnants of the past and the alertness of the now. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess we'll start there. So let's do some of these magical botanical cards. If I can figure out how to... Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear my three-legged cat lumbering around upstairs. Okay, let's see. What's a... Oh, that's how that happens. Oak. Oak. Ooh. Oaky. 19. What you talking about, oak? Air and earth. Within a reading, the oak indicates strength, protection, or good fortune in the current undertaking. The situations look good for success, and you will have the support to go forward. Without the branches of the oak is the cardinal. Within the branches of the oak is the cardinal. Where? Oh, right up there. The bird of rejuvenation, hope, and energy. Climbing the trunk is the squirrel. Where's the squirrel? Oh, it's so detailed. I can't see. Oh, there he is. The animal of preparation and hard work in the fall, preparing for the cold winter through the gathering of acorns. The Oak King himself stares at you directly, armored and ready to face any challenge head-on while reaching simultaneously for both the heavens and the depths of the earth. Ah, that's his hands and his hand up there. The oak stands between the worlds as the sacred tree of the ancient druids and is still honored today by their modern descendants. And the affirmation of the oak is, I know my own strength. Awesome. Yeah. I know my own strength. All right. Well, let's see. I'm going to go backwards. Let's do a crystal crystal card. So, I mean, how this divination is working, we're just intuitively, randomly kind of going. I know that after I do a reading, some of the things that might have not have made sense, like I just get more downloads later on, you know, like where I'm like, oh, there's also this part that made me think of. And so when you're listening to this, you know, really tap into your own intuition and what's coming up for you and what resonates for you and what hits home for you and what, you know, rings a bell for you. And that's something to hone into, focus on. I mean, it's just a series of triggers that we're working with, right? Little things that like trigger an alarm inside of our mental, physical, spiritual selves and makes us think a thing or feel a thing, or and then you continue on as need be from there. If that made sense. Okay, let's try that thing again. So it's all thummy. Get thummy. And flippy. Aha! I've cracked the code. We've got an 8. Which, you know, I love an 8. I'll take an 8 anytime. Do we need another one to balance it? Yep. A 29. 29. I don't know if you guys have seen New Girl. Schmidt. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this picture. Okay. First, the 8. And solitude. It's time to consolidate your energies and reflect on the decisions and series of events that have brought you to this point in time. If you are in a situation that causes emotional pain, it's time to seek refuge and begin a healing process. Be gentle with yourself and send loving thoughts to your body, mind, and spirit. Take the time to go within and allow yourself some space to rest. Reflect on the patterns in your life and questions whether they serve your highest purpose or if they're fulfilling the needs of others. Ask your guardian angel and spirit guides for support so you can begin recalling the pieces of yourself left behind during stressful or traumatic events. Retract, consolidate, and rest. And it's on page number 11. I don't know why that stood out, but I thought I would also throw that out there in the spirit of numbers, which, you know, we're in. So, yeah, we got 29. Growth, courage, strength, and flexibility. You are a growth-seeking being, experiencing, interacting, and learning by virtue of your life's experience. Is there a circumstance within your life that feels outside of your control? Transformational growth and deep emotional healing can be gained by observing the underlying patterns occurring in the events around you. These situations, through the law of attraction, are a result of your conscious or unconscious creation. Accepting this truth provides motivation to examine and release any beliefs or habits preventing you from experiencing a life of joy, understanding, and gratitude. The opportunity for growth is at hand. Look beyond your conditioned responses and explore the gifts and knowledge this situation has to offer. Your heart sings with joy at the opportunity to realize your deep spiritual growth. Courage, strength, and flexibility. It's so weird to me because these messages, I'm just being called to read them. Like I'm not getting more from it. Like my own input. It's just read the message. So I'm doing it. I'm just reading the message. Okay, let's go with the beauty deck. That's what I'm calling this one. And see if something in here is going to help us. These ones I will have to read because I don't have a book for them. But the cards are just so easy. They're easier to read, I feel. And again, I mean, maybe, you know, put me on mute and just look at the cards and see what you get out of it, what it's doing for you, what you're feeling. I mean, these are all subjective. Everything, it's all subjective. And I think a reading is successful if it gets you to go look in at any point during it. So I'm just going to pick it up and look at it. 9 of Cups. And the Page of Wands. Seriously. And Temperance. I don't know why 3. So the 9 of Wands speaks to me about momentum. Momentum of your thoughts and emotions. This here is like a monk in prayer. And, you know, it could lead to too much thoughts and emotions, too much time spent in the emotional realm or the spiritual realm or in your mind. But I'm getting more of a sense that this is the momentum you've created through your own spiritual development. And, you know, it's picking up momentum. It's creating a pathway. It's heading to where it needs to go. These here all remind me of moon phases. So it's like, yeah, lots of time. You know, maybe you're just coming out of or in process still of your going in phase. Figuring yourself out. This Page of Wands, if you look here, it's like they're holding a branch, and right where they're holding it, it's still growing. There's stuff still growing, and it's happening behind their back, like they're not paying attention to this, but yet it's still happening. So this speaks to me of like trusting in the universe. I'm also seeing this silhouette or something. It's almost like grasping the figure. Like the universe has a hold of you. It's got you. And there's stuff happening that you don't know about behind the scenes. And yeah, faith. Faith is the word that comes out of that. Faith is such a hard thing. It's so hard. You're literally just like blind faith. You know, feel like a crazy person. Because it's like, well, there's no evidence except for what I feel and my intuition. And then your brain can get in there and be like, well, you're just crazy, or you're delusional, or, you know, the ego who doesn't want to be wrong, always wants to be right. All that jazz. So faith that there's stuff going on behind the scenes for your best good. And that the universe has you. And you just have to maintain your faith in that. And I think that's part of this one. You know, your trust in the universe. It's building momentum. The work that you've done to connect or to be a part of or to trust and have faith in the universe. It's picking up speed. This thing. It's happening. And I think that's why temperance followed. Because temperance is, to me, standing in your knowing and being patient. So what do we have in this picture? This person, well, this makes me think of the spiritual and the physical and the balancing of that. You know, the sun or the moon or the planet or whatever this represents, you know, they're dipping into it to fill their cup. And yeah, like the cup has stars hanging off of it, so it's definitely speaking about the ethereal realms. And then this one being held closer to the body, it's definitely making me think physical. I don't know, it looks like there's something else. I need like a magnifying glass or something, but there's something else going on with this hand. It's like there's something in the hand. I don't know if that's a feather or scissors or... This hand looks massive though. Is it two hands? Like, what's going on with that? Like, look at the size of it compared to this one. I mean, this one is farther away, but it's bizarring me out. Maybe you can see it better on the bigger screen. But yeah, and I mean, temperance has wings. Kind of only looks like one wing connected to the sky, the stars. But that just speaks to me of the patience. Like, you are creating this balance between your spiritual and your physical realms, and you trust the process. Trust the process. It's happening. You're in it. You know, I think part of the blind faith, what's hard in the blind faith is that physical realm tendency to like control. And I know me, I am a what do you call me? Control freak, yes, but like it was a conditioned response, like a trauma response to be hyper independent, because I'm keeping myself safe from ever having to rely on anybody else, and also not be disappointed when I hold space to rely on somebody else. And I totally don't know where I was going with that, so we'll just throw that out there. I'll listen to this later and then be like, aha, this is what I was trying to say, but it's lost right now, so hopefully that was all I needed to say about that. Hyper-independence, there's more to it. I got caught up on trying to remember the word for it. Well, trusting in the process, having no control, and then feeling, well, trusting in something else other than yourself. It's hard. It's hard for hyper independent people to do, because they're so used to just making things happen for themselves, or just trusting in their own. And even though it's not another person, it's still another. It's still trusting in something outside of yourself. And that's a hard thing to do. So it's good practice. I think it's really good practice. I hope it's good practice. Because then if not, it's all for naught. But I don't think it's all for naught. I don't. I do believe in the higher purpose of things. The things that are unexplainable, that aren't for us, that are there for us to discover, not for us to know, if that makes sense. I mean, I've had too many signs and synchronicities and these moments of perfection that it's undeniable that there's something else bigger and more magical out there that we're a part of and witnessing. You know, I was standing at my door, my sliding glass door, looking out at the bird feeder, and the sun was hitting it just right, and this chickadee flew in and like did this full wings splay with the light behind it, and then there was like glistening from water, and it was just such a perfect moment that I happened to witness. And I remember feeling completely overwhelmed because I suddenly became aware of like all the little nuances that had to play a role in order for that moment and me witnessing it. And it brought tears to my eyes because it was so beautiful, so pure, but also it was like a wink or a nod or a hug from the universe, from that external source of like, we're here, it's real. And you know, if you look around at your life and the interactions that you have with people and the people that you meet that end up being, you know, pivotal to your growth, and then you really think about like the odds of running into that person or meeting them at that time, and it's a beautiful thing. It really is. And it actually really makes sense with energy and how energy attracts and flows in and out and through everything. And so yeah, there's a little going off about something. And Ace of Pentacles. This is it. This is the recurring message. It's coming. It's so close that we can almost touch it. And I don't know about you, but I can feel it. I feel it. And it's literally me just having to get out of my own way to allow. That's the only thing that's keeping me from it. It's funny, like the divine timing of things. You know, it's always about the divine timing and trust in the divine timing. And well, we do play an important role in that divine timing. Our readiness, our willingness, our openness, the timing of that matters and plays a significant role in the whole process. Divine timing, yeah. That the chickadee moment with the sun behind it and the light, and you know, that was divine timing. Even my ability to witness, you know, it went beyond me just happen to be standing in that spot looking out at that moment. Like, it was also energetically me being ready to witness something like that and acknowledge it. Like I wasn't just like, oh, that was pretty. I was like, oh my God, the source, you're there, like it was a witnessing. So yeah, we're co-creators. We're co-creators with this universe. So there you have it. I hope somewhere in there was something helpful for you. I'm going to pull a Kuan Yin message. See what Kuan Yin has to say. She's very much in line with, personal empowerment and feminine energy. And I so don't know how to use her cards or shuffle or whatever. They're just such an odd shape. But she likes to flip our card that's meant for us. Like that. There's 3. Hidden blessings. Which makes me think of this. What we can't see that's happening in behind the scenes. In time, you will see the truth of what appears to be working against you and recognize my favor. Participate with faith. All is unfolding according to the greater wisdom that ultimately serves your soul. I love that. Yeah, even when things look like they're not in your favor, they usually are. It's making me think of like rejection as protection, or you really wanting to get this job but then you don't, and that feels really crappy in the moment because you're like going through all the unworthiness, am I not worthy and or good enough or whatever, and then it turns out like the people, like the work environment was toxic, or you needed to actually get this other job that is like more along your path, or you just don't know. Like I always think, if you get if you're driving along and your tire pops and you're late for a meeting and you're stranded on the side of the road, and you could react like, why, and this sucks, and that's just trying to fight what you can't control, and a lot of wasted energy. Or you can be like, this is interesting. This wasn't what I expected. I wonder why. I wonder what this is going to bring, and just even getting yourself to a place where you can move through the things that happen in your life in that way of like understanding that everything has its purpose, and whether it's to meet a person or to talk to a person or to interact, or that saved you from a horrid accident that was further on down the road, or the guy who pulled over to help you, his grandmother, and like it's just, you just don't know the fine tapestry of the divine and its timing. So hidden blessings. Maybe this is a message to retrain your brain to move from a state of, why is this happening to me, to, why is this happening to me? If that makes sense. Okay, let's see. Hidden blessings. We got more hidden blessings in here. Future proof. Okay. My shield of preventative grace shall cause obstructing influences to yield and pass you by. Seek my presence within, and my blessings will shape your outer world. So this again, trust. Trust that you are divinely protected. And that anything that is trying to mess with your energy, your flow, your purpose, your point, your path, all the P's, it's either a necessary part of your path, your growth, or it will be pushed aside and shielded. You know, like I suddenly was thinking about walking down a road and there's some sort of predator, and that predator is not able to see or access you because you are divinely protected. So that's kind of cool. And then the third one is Sintamane. I am a wish-fulfilling gem by which you shall experience your true bliss. Let go and trust in the abundant nature of my generosity and grace. Your desires shall be met. It's coming. Trust that it's coming. That's your wish-fulfilling gem. You're almost holding it. We're almost holding it. But patience. Divine timing. It's coming. Okay. Well, we might as well do a Wild Woman card because they're awesome. And we'll see what... oh, this seems to be working well for me. Suddenly. Oh, I said too much. Lick the thumb. Oops, daisy. Oh, did that one want to pop up? Surrender. Surrender to the process. Surrender to the divine. Stop trying to control everything. Because we can't. And we've got healing and transformation. So, I mean, totally. These seem like it's going to be a lot of reading. I didn't mean to pull 3 of them. But it seems to be just the way it's meant to be. So we'll just go with it. Let's go with surrender first, because that feels so right, especially under temperance. Be gentle with yourself, wild woman. Go in and love your heart. Your heart will tell you what to do. Your head is there to expose and carry out your heart. Let yourself open from your heart. Lay down your arms and allow your armor to slip to the floor of your belief system, and bow down before yourself in honor of your days and nights. Let go of your will to do things the way you thought you should. Look at this. We've got rainbow confirmations. Mirroring, surrender, and temperance, which is beautiful. Hand your will over to the deity that calls you. Break free from the conditional limits of your thoughts, ideas, and accomplishments. Give up your will for the will of the universe. Give up your will for the will of the universe. Hand over the control. Being in control does not keep you protected. Consider that surrendering may keep you safe from yourself. The walls you have built are no longer necessary for you to be out of harm's way. Don't allow hostility towards yourself or others lead the way, especially by holding on just to be right. Would you rather be right or happy? Pay attention to the journey. That reminds me of Keanu Reeves. He's like, if somebody wants to argue that 1 + 1 is 4, or 2 + 2 is 5, or whatever, simply say, okay, you're right, and move on. Let them think what they want to think. Would you rather be right or happy? Yeah, because you could argue till your face pops with a person who chooses to believe what they believe. So just save your energy. There is no need for understanding. The only way to understand something is through surrender. Empty yourself. Clear the passageway for your life to be fully experienced, fully felt, and fully lived. Trusting divine wisdom. Tenderly submit to your presence and the presence of the universe that is supporting you. Do not mistreat yourself. Liberate yourself. Hold yourself in the arms of your heart and allow for the influence of your surrender to inspire you and be the accolade of your life. It is a great compliment to give way to what is essential to your growth as a spiritual woman, sacred in her devoted commitment to her authentic journey. Surrender to yourself. Surrender to the deity that calls you. Hand your will over to the will of the universe. And I love that, like, she's handing over her will and it's a butterfly. And it's just gonna be carried away with the wind, by the wind, which is, you know, that invisible hand of the universe. And your will is strong, like a butterfly in the wind. And it's beautiful. Okay, healing. H.I. Wild woman, you are being asked to acknowledge your power to heal. You have come to a place in your life where you know your being is the healing power that births, lives, and dies every second. The mystery of the universe is now knowledge for you. You know what you need to know. Take it with you. You will discover your path has everything you need on it. Be present with yourself, moving in the now of your day. It is in this place of opening in this place an opening occurs and the healing power of the universe reveals itself to you. As you heal yourselves, others are healed. As you are kind to yourself, you are kind to others. As you open, others open to you. As you heal the world. The wild in you, that authentic, real place that just is, moves its way through your body, and you know without a doubt that the power that made the body is the power that heals the body. Once you get out of your own way, amazing miracles of healing and magic take place. Yeah, I feel like I said something about getting out of your own way. Me getting out of my own way. That's resonating big time for me. Okay, and then transformation, because absolutely we're in a state of transforming right now. T's. Transformation. You are about to metamorphosize your life in ways you could only dream about. Excellent. You are and will be changing your perception at this time. Do not look for predictability here. In the land of transformation, you will never feel prepared, as you are continually spiraling, never to be in the exact same place. Well, these Wild Woman cards are just bringing everything together, isn't it? Your foundation is shifting as you begin to embrace the new you. It may feel like you are losing your footing for a while. That's good. Change is happening. Stay unattached to balance. It's much like walking. If we stay balanced, we stand still. We would never move forward. If we were always moving forward, we would tire. Both are necessary. Have faith. Your transformation is occurring. You are stepping forward. You know now what transformation feels like. Walk your path and enjoy the changing scenery. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, that balancing place, that tipping point when we're walking, right? Before, when that one foot's up in the air as we're taking a step, there's this moment of, one foot off the ground, forward moving. And then we take the step, we ground, right? But in order to keep moving forward, you have to lift the other foot and have it in that state of unknowing, unsurety, in the arms of the universe before planting it again and being grounded in the physical. And walking is a dance of that union between the physical and the spiritual. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, beautiful, amazing, and lovely. I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if you got something out of it and if it inspired you and what steps you're going to take to move forward. I like this idea of having faith and trusting in something bigger than yourself, not always having to be in control of everything and then that be okay. That's part of the dance. And I'm going to go dance right now because that feels right for me. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I look forward to us all finally getting that, or finally being able to allow and receive the blessings that are on their way. Love you. Bye.